Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. There was some stuff that I had heard. Of course, a lot of this stuff was coming out while I was at work, and I just got home from work a little while ago because I'm currently recording this. It is 2:45 a.m. So, and yes, I work, nights. But I was hearing a lot of this stuff about Matthew Tkachuk coming out while I was out working, and I almost feel bad for Calgary Flame fans. I almost feel bad for Calgary. They lost Johnny Gaudreau. And so, hearing some of this stuff come out, it just, I had to, I'm like, I got to talk about this a little bit, because kind of a big deal. And yeah, so Matthew Tkachuk, who's a restricted free agent, the Calgary Flames have opted to do the I think it was the team the team decided to take it to arbitration to avoid an offer sheet. At least I think that's kind of how I was reading it. And there's a lot of talk right now that Matthew Tkachuk his time in Calgary may be over. Now, I mean, Calgary just lost Johnny Gaudreau. They lost Johnny Gaudreau for nothing. They didn't get anything. They didn't get anything for Johnny Gaudreau. So you got to think that they're gonna want to try and get something for Matthew Tkachuk instead of just signing him to 1 year or whatever, and then walking him to free agency. But I think his qualifying offer, is $9 million. I think. I'm not positive on that, but I think it's somewhere in that neck of the woods. And it's just, apparently he doesn't want to be in Calgary. He doesn't want to play in Canada. From one of the other things I was hearing, he's been there for a while. He doesn't want to play in Canada anymore. And I know there's been, rumors about, or just, hearing potentially, maybe he wants to go to St. Louis because his dad played for the St. Louis Blues for many years. Would he want to go to St. Louis and play for the team that his dad played for? Maybe. We don't know. Of course, his brother Brady, he's locked up long term in Ottawa, so he's in a pretty decent situation in Ottawa. But Matthew Tkachuk is not. He's apparently not happy. And if the Flames trade him, they can at least get something. Potentially a player, maybe two players, a first-round pick. So, they'd be looking for a pretty decent haul for Matthew Tkachuk. He had 40. He scored 41 goals this past season. So he's a really good player. And I think they could potentially get a haul for him. And that's an if they could find, a taker. But what they would have to do with whoever they trade for, or whoever they would trade him to, they would want to then get him signed to an extension to what would be probably an $8 million, an 8-year extension. And Calgary hopefully might be able to get something back. Which, honestly, let me see. I'm gonna check something real quick here, because a lot of the rumors I've been hearing is, now again, rumor and innuendo. This doesn't this don't mean it's gonna happen at all. But looking at what the St. Louis Blues maybe could throw Calgary's way. Now, granted, St. Louis, they only have $625,000 in cap space. So, sorry. They would have to. I'm trying to look. Who is potential UFA, RFAs? Okay, they don't really have any UFAs or RFAs for at least not until after next season. So if you're looking to bring in a Matthew Tkachuk, you're gonna have to unload somebody. And this could be someone who maybe the Blues could package in a deal for Brady Tkachuk. Maybe Vlad Tarasenko. Not like I said, I'm totally spitballing here. This, not saying any of this is going to happen. Total conjecture here. Nothing. Don't hold me to any of this. But if you're trying to bring in a Brady Tkachuk, maybe, because Tarasenko, he still apparently has an open trade request. He apparently still wants out of Calgary, or wants out of St. Louis. So maybe you send Tarasenko with, okay, no, you're not going to get, no, you sure, St. Louis sure as hell ain't about to give up Jordan Kyrou. So no, I wouldn't send Kyrou at all. But you could maybe send Tarasenko with Logan Brown. He's only making $750,000, and he's an RFA. After next season, maybe. Like I said, I'm just throwing names out here because St. Louis was the team that a lot of people had said could be, the place that he might want to go because his dad played for the Blues for a long time. Maybe give Calgary a defenseman. Maybe you give Calgary Marco Scandella. Tarasenko, Scandella. Maybe Tarasenko, Scandella, and a first round draft pick next year for Matthew Tkachuk. That maybe could work. Maybe. Like I said, don't hold me to any of this. I'm just totally spitballing here. But maybe that's something they could that St. Louis could look into. I'm totally speculating, not saying any of this is going to happen. But hearing that there could potentially be something done within the next week, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if the Flames are going to give him the qualifying offer, or if the Flames are just going to try to trade him. I don't know. It's going to be very interesting to see how this works out. And the Calgary fans, you lost Johnny Gaudreau, and now it's looking like you're going to lose Brady Tkachuk too, or not Brady Tkachuk, Matthew Tkachuk. Man, that's two of Calgary's big guns saying, "See ya, I'm out of here." Now, I don't know. I don't think it has anything to do with the Calgary franchise, but I don't know. It could be just because, you know, a lot of American-born players are not wanting to stick around in Canada. You know, Canada's got all this screwy stuff that they're doing, and a lot of the American players are just like, you know, no, I don't want to play in Canada anymore. But you've also got some that are like, hey, I got no problem playing in Canada. So, you know, I mean, there's that too. But yeah, I mean, losing Matthew Tkachuk would be a big blow to Calgary. But if they could get a decent, you know, if they could get a decent haul for him, if they could get at least two players, maybe even, you know, two top 6 players, and maybe like you know, somebody from the bottom 6, you know, or even, you know, so 2 or 3 players and a first round draft pick. That, I mean, Calgary might take that depending on who the players are. And like I said, for St. Louis, totally spitballing, you know, maybe Tarasenko, Scandella, and a first round pick. Because Marco Scandella, he's got 2 more years before he's an unrestricted free agent. Scandella's an unrestricted free agent after 23-24. Tarasenko is an unrestricted free agent after next year. So, you know, and Tarasenko's 30 years old. So, I mean, that maybe could work. That, you know, maybe might throw Calgary off a little bit too, is do they want a 30-year-old? I don't know. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be a very interesting situation to see exactly what happens. You know, what do you guys think? Matthew, does Calgary give him his qualifying offer and potentially walk him to free agency? Or does Calgary try to get something for him? I'd love to know your guys' thoughts on that. And you know, if you're new, hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit like and subscribe down there. That would be absolutely fantastic. I would greatly appreciate it. You are a legend. You know, if you hit like and subscribe, you're a legend. And yeah, you know, what do you guys think? Does Tkachuk remain in Calgary by the start of the season? Or does Calgary try to trade him and, you know, we see what they get for him? Love to know your guys' thoughts. Again, if you've just been cruising on through, looking through the internet, seeing hockey channels, and you came across mine and you liked the video, hopefully you did. If you do, hit like and subscribe. That would be absolutely fantastic. And Calgary, we'll see what happens. Let me know what you guys think. Talk to you again later.